Morning today, 210, 210. We've got quite a bit on today. We've got tilers coming this morning to do the bathrooms. We've still got some catching up to do on some certain things. Doors are being redone. Footings are continuing. Form work's continuing. Obviously they're going to pour a beam up some stage today. We've got to sort the door tracks out today. Obviously we've got to get this water out. We've also got to start setting out the doors themselves and start measuring whereabouts the doors are going to come to, both pocket-wise at the side and height. As I said, the front doors, they've got to be taken out, taken apart. Door latches put back in again. They should be quite a quick fix, thank God. Yeah, quite a bit going on today. So let me quickly show you some updates. Not a great change, obviously, from last night's video, so I apologise for duplicating always. As you can see, all four doors are in, so they got to come out today. The latches themselves, we'll put the doors over, we'll take the frames apart, we'll put the latches in, put the lids back on again, then they should go in okay, and then hopefully, apart from this door here that has to have that bolt trimmed off and adjusted, all of the frames should go straight in and should be able to be fitted quite quickly. We actually thought the latches, as I said, on Saturday needed to be trimmed off in order to go in, but it would seem that what you do with these door frames is that you literally build the four frames with the door latch in. Then that way you can install the actual door frame itself, remove the latch, fix behind the latch back in again, fix there, latch back in again. That side, obviously a different type of latch on that side. And that's how they're meant to go in apparently. So fingers crossed, we won't have to trim anymore. So I've trimmed one, it does go in, but we shouldn't be able to take anything off of any of them. So that's going to be one thing that could be quite a quick fix today stroke tomorrow. That means we can get stuck into trying to get these doors in. Obviously you saw that we cut the traps last week. It's now a case of measuring the whole doors, whereabouts they're going to stop on the wall, measuring how much boxwork we've got to make into the corner itself, cutting these to length so we can fix the actual door frame itself into those. And fingers crossed, after we bolted the actual frame into this wall here, we're going to have a nice door frame ending ideally there somewhere, but no, my luck, it'll be some frame. Andrew's already in there now, actually sorting out the walls for the tilers to come in and start. Need to get one of the labourers in here today to try and get this water out of the trough here. It does seem to be deeper down here, which tells me that the actual the trough itself isn't level, which means obviously the doors are going to have to be balanced slightly. Electricians, I'm sure, are going to be coming back today and doing a lot more work here. I also need to get the front of this building sorted out as well, from the drainage to the plastering, the soil, and we're also having an absolute nightmare. Tyson coming down the road there. He's all refreshed after his day off. So the pipes have been put in here, but we've got to try and get that stoned properly today. The well guys had a nightmare yesterday yet again and just disappeared. So I think I'm looking for a new well company today. Literally we bed with them now for nearly 4 weeks, but it doesn't seem to be changing. The fact of the matter is they can't pump the water out, which means if they can't pump the water out, morning buddy, if they can't pump the water out, they can't do the drilling. But every time they come, they don't bring a pump. So a company that digs wells, you would have thought would have a pump and an extension lead, but they never seem to turn up with one, and then they use ours and say they can't work it. So it's really simple, but for some reason it never works for them. So I just said to them, if you can bring your own pump, bring your own extension lead, you can crack on. But a 6-day job is now turning into nearly 4 weeks, which is just absolutely crazy, and we need the job done. So it looks like we're going to have to find someone else that potentially can do it if they can't manage to find a pump. So anybody knows anyone on the island, let me know. I have been introduced to one man, so I'm going to call him today. There's another gentleman I've been talking to that's going to come out and inspect and tell me what he thinks. And obviously I'll contact the company today to find out what their plans are. Bear in mind they have the contract, they don't seem to be getting anywhere with it. Obviously the other thing we have to do today as well is we've got to get this sewage line that comes from this manhole here all the way down this way. We've got to be bloody careful with that. As you can see, what we've done with this one is they've concreted certain parts. I want this completely concreted or in stone. Again, as everyone rightly so says on here, you shouldn't put waste all drainage into concrete, because if there's any form of movement, then it just literally shears off wherever it isn't in concrete. But obviously this is the main driveway entrance, so I think we're probably better off put a marl all underneath the pipe, and when we get to about maybe 2 or 3 inches under the pipe and it's nice and flat and quashed, then we put loads of stone underneath it, get that rolled a little bit, and then get the stone around the pipe, over the pipe, and then we marl on top. But I've really got no idea. No one seems to know the real categoric right way of doing it. All I do know is that we've now got a thicker pipe in there, and we physically cannot afford to have that pipe move and crack. It's the main sewage for the main bathrooms down here. It's also the kitchen sinks connect to it. Everything comes this way, going into this corner and going all the way down to the back to the septic tank. So it's massively important to get this one right, that's for sure. Other than that, yeah, today is literally tiling inside, front doors, plastering, footings, and the waste, really. That's the main things we're going to do. And at some stage I do need to organise the excavators. I did say Monday, but I don't think, she didn't call me for the address, so that's definitely going to happen. So we definitely need to get the excavators out to actually look at doing the dig up of these at some stage. But I would like to get this all sorted first so we can actually get over. So we need to get the infrastructure from the building here. So this is obviously where the gas and air conditioning condensers will come through the driveway. So we're going to have to get those running. We've also got the electric in this corner over here. The electric's going to come around into here, and it's going to come over to where the steps are over here. So we need to get that done, and then we can marl all of that. Again, we've got the same problem with making sure that they don't crush. It's not so essential on the electrical side because it's going to be a small contract and a bloody big cable. But on the gas and the condenser side, again, it's going to be under the main floor here. So again, any ideas or any suggestions about how I can protect the Schedule 40 pipes that are going to go through, there's going to be 4 to 5 of them that are going to house all of that infrastructure across, then obviously ping me over and let me know, guys. There's been a few of you who've got some great information and great experience. So, morning, Smithy. I'd much rather learn from you guys if that's what you're doing. The guys here are all experienced, but everyone seems to feel that sitting things on the ground like this and putting concrete on it is the way forward. And I suppose as long as it doesn't move, it should be okay. But if it does move, then rightly so, like MB says, it's going to break. So anyway, shed loads to do. 10 to 8. People are starting to arrive, thank God. Let's have a busy day and get shit done. 1:30, okay, stuff is taking place. Plaster board is going up, electricians are outside, carpenters and masons are cutting stuff and formwork. Supervisor's now here. Beam upstairs is being poured up there. And then we've got a beam being poured up there as well. So the well men are actually here for once. Hopefully we can keep them here for the whole day. That would be nice. Window men are in, fitting bifolds. Tyler's turned up this morning and assumed we weren't ready and unfortunately left. Admittedly, we had taken some of the boards back down again, but we're good in there as well. Electricians upstairs and steps, cutting holes for lights. Bedrooms are done, bathrooms are done. So let me spin you around. So this is what the Tylers wanted to come in and see, but unfortunately I didn't take them down because we weren't too sure on whether they were straight or not. What it was is actually the plasterboard, the plywood was actually pulling the boards in a bit too much and making it look as if the walls weren't straight. So that one still needs to have a few more screws put in it. So now I've approved that, I'm sure they'll do that underneath. The back obviously is all done. We need to get that boarded as well. It's ready. This wall's insulated and plasterboarded nearly both sides. So that's going to be done in the next hour or so. Boards are sporadically coming down here. Lights are being cut in by the electricians, as you can see. Lights up here, look, all the way through. Ceiling was done yesterday. Walls now starting. Kitchen's being installed on Monday. Plasterboard's going on the walls here. Ceiling's going to start as well. Windows are in. We worked out what's gone wrong with those, and glass is going in. The bathroom round here is also ready to be done as well. So we have obviously this all up as well, same as the other one. Again, this is what they didn't see when they came in, but it was all cut, ready to go up. But anyway, I think they're coming back tomorrow now. So the guys will obviously now carry on finishing off in here. I said to them at the moment, don't prioritise. All they have to do is prioritise the actual tiled area, which is basically what we're doing. We're going to go 6 foot 8 around, and then there's glass, and then there's a floor that's being concreted. So, but he's going to connect with someone that can do that. Boards are being brought up as we speak. Obviously the beam up on the roof is one thing they've been prioritising today. So the beam up there has actually been poured. So basically it obviously goes from one side to the other. We're going to have a concrete roof going over at some stage. So it's the beam that will connect that side of the house to this side of the house. So they're actually pouring up there now as well. So that one's boxed up. So I just wanted them boxed up because at the moment they've been in the elements for too long. So we've sanded them down, got them Oslowed, and now we're getting them poured in concrete. So there's a beam that goes from there, boiler rung to there, and it's got the support in it ready to have a concrete roof put if I want. But I'm probably going to go for one of those tent style roofs. That's probably what we're going to end up doing. Also Smithy has been with a Hilti gun, getting excited, drilling holes everywhere. I assume the electricians are asking him to find some conduits. So he's been digging holes there, he's been banging holes in there. We're going to put 2 drain pipes down here. So this one here has been poured, these 2 haven't. So we're going to put a 3-inch tube all the way down here, run that straight out to the road. This has been neglected today because obviously everyone's busy indoors. Electricians are doing conduits here, still working in their unit here. Yeah, so still a lot going on. We're plastering this wall here, which is awesome. And obviously this is now starting to take shape. So as I said, it's important to get this bit done because I want the kitchen started on Monday. So I'm going to start putting the kitchen in here Monday, and bathrooms are going to start happening tomorrow. And what else? Kitchen Monday. Oh, wardrobes. Bedroom wardrobes are being fitted Saturday. So we have 5 days to get everything pretty much up and installed before we have to start preparing walls and installing stuff on walls. So fingers crossed that's going to end up happening in the next couple of days. And then we're slicking and painting, which apparently is the quicker part. So fingers crossed, that means we could be ready. If that is the case, then absolutely great. This wall's obviously going to have floor to ceiling. It would not, in a normal house it'd be floor to ceiling. These are going to be 8-foot larder units on the wall here. So there's literally going to be 8. There's going to be 10 in total. There's going to be 6 initially. Then I've got another 4 coming that are going to go on there. So that will be nearly 3,000 length. And the breakfast garden's going to be very similar. So I'm going to start getting that done. I also need to start looking at building the framework to go around here. So I might get Beckles on that now, bearing in mind he's only just turned up. Because that's got to be done sooner rather than later. So yeah, I'm going to start on that now. And that can be boarded all at the same time. That ain't looking pretty. He's got something in this house, mate. He's actually smoking like a 1960s car. But anyway, I'll update you later on. Okay, we're 20 past 4. Let's have a quick look at what's going on today. We're fitting out walk-in closets. Let's have a walk-in closet. Bit more boarding going on in there. Obviously, we're waiting for the tilers to come and do their part tomorrow, which is awesome. That needs to be insulated and finished off in there. The doors are in temporarily, these 2, but these ones have been taken out and adjusted. And we now have glass. Unbelievable. Couldn't come soon enough. Look good, open well. So, board is going up. Looks like a cinema screen. But board's going up in here. Wood's been removed so we can start cracking on the ceiling. Ceiling's obviously started over there yesterday, which is obviously going to come right through. We've already marked out obviously this box here because this is the air conditioning vents to come in and out, the returns, etc. So this will be boarded out 20 inches. So it'll be square block, central with this column here. The guys have been plasterboarding and insulating back here. So this wall's now been taken off and been re-insulated, which is great. That's been adjusted. The guys have been in here cutting the actual insulation itself, so that's all done in here. That's going to be boarded up. And then we've obviously got the bathroom, it's got to be tiled tomorrow, which is awesome. The back's got to be finished off, we'll get that done later on. That's pretty much this room done. And then in here, insulation is going to go on this side. and then obviously that can be boarded as well. So, and then it's pretty much working through into the ceilings. Today we marked out where the doors are going to go. Thankfully, it's not 100% yet, but it's looking like the doors are going to be just past here, which is good. The lines themselves unfortunately confirm that we are 2.5 inches too low for here, which means we are going to have to do this boxing here. And we've also measured out where the actual door stops. We have enough room, as you can see by the marks there. We've got about a foot left in the trough itself to ensure we've got plenty of space. Again, I pulled lines and lasered across to ensure I understand we're level over here. So we've got the lines here, door height and box height, and pulled a line so we know exactly whereabouts we're going to be doing it, and done the same on this side as well. So it's looking like at the moment we're going to be pretty much underneath all of these bits of wood. We thought we might have to trim them, but it's all, I might be underneath them. So anyway, nice enough room for us to be able to fix straight into. So the next stage obviously is getting the actual door tracks in, working out what we're going to do. I think there's a rubber strip that goes in here, your silicone down, the rubber down, silicone on top of the rubber, track sits down on top of that. Frame bolts into itself into an L shape, and obviously fixes into this wall plumb. So that'll have to be plumbed up obviously before it's connected to the wall. And then the track is in half, so another half will go on the back of that, same thing again up, but obviously we have to build a framework in the corner here for the frame to sit into, and then the lid that goes on top again fixes into the corner frame, and we'll screw up into these 5 to get them level. And then once we've done that, we'll build a framework above it, and then obviously sporadically throughout these gaps here we'll fill with 2x6s, and we'll screw into there as well. So the guys today, Mason and labouring team, have been up on the roofs. So they've actually been doing this roof here, and they've been doing this roof here. So let me get upstairs and show you what they've been up to. I'll do it on pause, otherwise I won't break my neck. Okay, so up on the roof, let's have a quick look what they've been up to. Okay, so we've got this poured here, poured all the way along. The conduits are still up here. We need to get some tape on these conduits. We've not finished this beam. Surely not finishing, hopefully, surely not. They're still mixing, so it's like, oh no, well, they're wrapping up. You ain't got to be joking me. Should be carrying on with that. They've done the one over the road completely over here, look, that's all done. And this one here needs to be finished off. So anyway, they're going to carry on mixing and they get that finished off, because you can't leave that. If you leave concrete to go hard and then want to pour concrete to it, concrete cured and concrete wet don't mix. So you have to keep the concrete going, otherwise you'll end up having a cold joint and then it cracks, and then before you know it, you're redoing the whole thing. So I shall make sure I get everybody back upstairs just to make sure we get that complete, otherwise we're going to end up having a disaster on our hands. We also need to get some duct tape on here as well, because that is just letting water go straight down into the house, which is not ideal. Anyway, obviously we're getting that finished off. Obviously over here's been done, so over here's completely done, so we'll get the boxing or taken off that tomorrow. We'll get this one finished off tonight, and then hopefully today, that is our day on planet Earth completely over for today. So see you tomorrow.